Wrapped, gearing up for season 3 in 20. Beau has really grown over the past 2 seasons. You started off as a troubled, confused young woman, and now you're simply a force to be reckoned with. What is your favorite aspect of Beau to play?
Okay, wow.
Oh, it's the tiny little switch at the bottom.
No. Oh.
That's the one.
Power.
Hello. Okay, now it's working. Now it's working. What was the question? What is my favorite aspect of Beau? First, I just have to say that I'm so thrilled that you guys are all here. It's so. We have a lot of people that came from really far away, including some lovely ladies from France, right in the front row. So thank you so much for being here. My favorite aspect of Beau is, you know, she's just always taking risks. She's always putting herself on the line, whether it's a risk with her emotions, with her life. And I just like that she keeps putting herself forward like that and taking those risks. And every single time, she always finds her strength in that. You know, she's strong. She always ends up being strong. And I like that and I admire that.
Now, Chris, last season,
I just want to say for 1 second, this is so typical of Ksenia Solo.
Sorry, I'm just tweeting.
Awesome. So, Chris, last season we got to see a different side of Dyson, especially in Brother Faye of the Wolves. We got to learn about Dyson's past, including the fact that he used to have a pretty kick-ass accent. Did you have to do a lot of preparing to bring Dyson back to his warrior days for that episode?
Absolutely not. I wake up in the morning looking just like that. You know, it was a great experience doing that episode, you know, and it was a great opportunity to sort of broaden Dyson. You know, bringing the accent was a risk that Jay and our producers let me go with, which was lovely, and I managed to bring it back a few times. But you know, just whenever we can bring history and you know, different layers to the show, I think it really adds to the depth of what we're doing. And as for preparing, it was just, they gave me sort of free rein, and we just had as much fun as we could.
Now, Ksenia, in the latter half of season 2, Kenzie really proved that she's more than just Beau's claimed human. She's really proven herself as a valuable member of this team.
Did she now?
Yes, she did. Hello, standing up to that, Norn. Can you tell us if we'll see the consequences of some of her actions carry over into the upcoming season?
No. I mean, why bother? No, Kenzie would be pretty boring if she didn't have to pay for all her actions. So I think she just gets into a lot of trouble she could never even imagine getting into. So we get pretty crazy. I'm really excited about it.
Very nice. Now, Zoe, poor Lauren went through the emotional ringer this past season.
That's mine. Get your hands off it. Sorry.
She just seems predestined to have to go through all of these emotional roller coasters. And I think the consensus from fans is we'd really like to see you find true happiness.
It's not going to happen.
I was going to ask if you'd like to see Lauren find some peace, or is it more fun to play the emotional, angsty stuff?
I don't know. I think we see her. There's a few fun moments in this coming season where we might get after hours Lauren. I think whenever I'm in bed with Beau, it's after hours Lauren. Yeah, I mean, you know, it'd be fun. She's pretty, conservative, but I think what's kind of cool about her is that we don't know a lot about her, so there's room to do anything with her. I think she, might rave on the weekends. There's a chance.
We've just scratched the surface.
That might happen this season. Yeah, we just have.
Now, Rick, in barometric pressure, we learned about a friskier trick from his earlier days. Would you like to see more of this for your character? And
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you, Ksenia. By the way, you know, you can take the bartender out of the dal, but do you girls need a drink or anything down there? You dry it all? Yeah, I do. I would like to see more of that. That was a lot of fun. That particular scene was a hoot to do. And Kyla Walker, who played Wei Lin, the Lude Wan, that was so much fun to say, was brilliant, and it was a blast. And so, yes, I would love to see more of that.
will there be any new lady friends for season 3 for the Trickster?
Well, it takes quite the lady to turn Trick's head, but you're gonna see his head turn, possibly.
Now, Casey, we found out more about your character's backstory in season 2. What do you think about Hale's decision to live apart from his family, apart from the wealth and the power, and to be more noble and be an overall do-gooder?
Hello? I didn't want to start something and then it wasn't working, so. First of all, I need one of those t-shirts, first of all. That t-shirt right there, that's lighting up. That is crazy.
I think it's actually responding
EQ,
to our
right?
sound.
Yeah, it's an EQ. That's interesting.
Only Chris Holden Reed would know that.
Yeah, what was the question?
So geeking out of
What do you think? He's serving the drinks. What I was saying was, what do you think about Hale's decision to live apart from the wealth and power of his family? Do you think this is commentary on materialism, or do you see Hale as perhaps a role model?
It's ridiculous. To be honest, he's broke now. Stupid. Who would want to do that? It's like Prince Harry leaving. Who would want to do that? I should bring up Prince Harry right now, should I?
This is how Casey is different from Hale.
Yeah. But no, I think, you know what? He made a moral choice, really. I don't think Daddy's any good, to be honest. And, you know, I mean, where's Mommy? First of all, he named me Haley. I'm leaving. You know what I mean? Forget about it. That's just ridiculous. But no, I think it was the right choice. I think as role model, he's a ladies' man. I don't know if that makes a good role model. But for his choice to leave, I think absolutely. He stands on his own 2 feet. And that's just the kind of individual he is. You can clap now.
Now, Chris, Dyson made a huge sacrifice for Beau at the end of the first season by giving up his love for her to the Norn. And we saw all the repercussions of it throughout season 2. Is there anyone in your life that you would make that kind of a sacrifice for?
Me.
Yeah, I would. He's sitting right over there. But, God, I don't know what the, would you sacrifice your love for someone you loved? I don't know, that's a slippery slope, you know, it's kind of a catch-22. I have always kind of thought that love is the answer. So you kind of need it to make everything right. So if you take it away to make it right, I don't know. I don't know if that makes it right. That was very convoluted. Apologize right now.
Now, some of you have some pretty awesome powers. Some of you have great human qualities that make up for not having powers. Is there any power in particular that you would like to see that your character doesn't have right now that you'd like to play with at some time?
Trick would like it if the rest of his group would actually listen to him. When he gives them advice, they'd actually do what he says. They kind of do, but then they all go and use their own minds and think about, you know, it's never what he really wanted. Anyway.
I always think that I always want Vex's power to sort of be able to control people. I'd like to read people's minds. I'd like to fly. There's a lot of things I'd like to do, actually.
Do you guys remember, and I think this is the right movie, I hope this is the right movie, Children of the Corn? That's what I want to do. I want to be able to block everything out. Like, my brain has to be a brick, so I don't have to hear Dyson whine anymore.
Okay, this is an old one for me, and it's copyrighted, you can't take it. I would want to be able to turn into organic steel, that I can manipulate myself on a bio level. I wouldn't need oxygen. I would be immortal. I could touch metal and manipulate it at an atomic level, make a samurai sword that was atomically sharp, cut through anything like lightsaber.
You haven't thought about that at all.
Stay tuned for the incoming comic book.
I want to be a Smurf.
I can't do that answer.
Smurf, like, for a day?
Yes.
I don't want to have any powers. I might want to bake. There was Bakey Smurf or somebody. I want to be that. I want to be a Smurf.
I want to read Zoe Palmer's mind all the time.
Did I say Bakey Smurfs?
Yes, you did.
What?
Oh. No, never mind. Moment's passed.
Now, I'm always amazed by the gorgeous costumes you guys wear on this show, and I've actually seen a couple of people dressed up as some of your characters. Do each of you have a favorite costume piece? And are any of your costumes particularly difficult to work with?
Well,
Anna?
I remember when we shot our original pilot, you know, you work with all the different departments when you're shooting. You've got the wardrobe department and props and all these great departments of which we have the most skilled people. And we were shooting the pilot and I was, you know, I had put all these things on individually, but not all at the same time. And it was the scene where I'm battling Vex in the stripper bar. And, you know, they kind of suited me up for the day. I had on my crossbow and my knife and on my hip and in my boot. And they called action, and I was just hitting myself in the head with the crossbow as I walked. I couldn't do anything. I looked nothing like a superhero, but you know, we figured it out in the end. So sometimes it is a little bit challenging, for sure.
We are so lucky, Ann Dixon, who created really the look of the show. As we always say, we have, you know, custom fitted pieces and her creativity and the work she has done. Frankly, I think we've never looked better. So thank you, Ann Dixon. It's so wonderful.
Huh? Is she here?
No.
No.
I wish.
I'll tell her.
Okay. But sometimes, you know, on like hot days when we have, you know, tight leather pants and corsets and it's like plus 30 and, you know, Anna and I are running in some graveyard or, I don't know, through some forest and, you know, sometimes it's a little challenging, but it adds to the feeling, to the flavor, so we don't complain too much.
Yes. Hello.
It's still on.
Take your hand off my Ariel.
Oh my God, and all I was gonna make a crack about was how sweaty asses add to drama.
And that's the end. Thank you for coming.
What are we talking about? I'm talking about
Costumes. Are they hard to work in?
I'm a guy, you know. I mean, I believe I speak for all the guys. We're kind of lucky that way. Yeah. I mean, the worst we have to do is take off our clothes, to be honest. Have to worry about fat content and all that jazz, which is a joy.
So true.
Oh yeah. So I was just riveted. I couldn't even.
Sweaty ass.
Yeah. Over. You know, I don't know. I kind of, my lab coat is a huge piece for me. Like, if I'm not wearing it, I feel a little odd. I feel best on the show when I'm in it. I feel like a doctor. But the only scene we're missing, I think, from the show is the scene where all I'm wearing is the lab coat. That's it. That's all.
Are you listening, Jay?
He's writing it down.
Lab coat, nothing else. All right, he took a note. We're good.
Duly noted. Yeah, no, I agree with Chris. It's, for us guys, it's nothing, it's whatever. As long as I have my hat, I'm happy. So, that's it. And I guess the trickiest part is sometimes I have hair, sometimes I don't. So we always have to adjust the hats accordingly. Sometimes we gotta stick some foam in it. And because I got a peanut head. So we have to stick foam in it, and then I grow hair, and then we gotta pull the foam out.
It's not inside of his head.
Yeah. So that's my biggest issue when it comes to
The guys have it so easy. Like,
Yeah.
I have someone to wrangle my boobs to make sure they're even before I take.
Don't reveal all our
higher than the
secrets.
No, we do some wrangling. We definitely do some wrangling.
Absolutely.
We all help wrangle.
Yeah, my leather pants in T13 barometrics pressure, they were warm.
Required some wrangling.
And I required some wrangling, but they're an awesome pair of pants. And I feel most like Trick when I'm wearing leather.
Now, it's no secret that fans are divided between Team Lauren and Team Dyson. Zoe and Chris.
Are you divided?
What's it like to compete with each other for Beau's affection?
Yes.
Well, how do we possibly describe this love triangle? Because it is a
You've done a
triangle.
pretty good job on the show describing it.
Really?
No.
We've never even talked about it.
No,
The
you
subject
haven't.
hasn't even been breached.
You should say the word triangle on the show once.
That's true, we should. Hi guys, how's it going?
Photo op.
It is, you know, I'm
Dyson
feeling,
Lauren photo op.
as soon as I get close to Zoe Palmer, I calm down. I just want to talk.
We play guitar on set together.
We do, and we sing songs. She taught me how to play my last song, actually.
Not well.
No, not well.
No, I mean,
But
I
that's
can
not
teach
her
him
fault,
well. He
that's my
does it
fault.
very well.
Yeah. Sorry, Love Triangle. We just demonstrated. It's like, it's not a challenge at all. There's so much love going on here that we all just play off of each other. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a good set. I tweet bad things about you when you're not looking.
She knows I never read tweets, so. I don't know. What do we talk about? How do we describe
I
it?
don't think we've ever talked. This might be the most we've ever said about it together.
Honestly, I was going for a threesome, but I thought that would be excellent closure and a way to breach the teams. Bring the teams together. Divided we fall, together we.
My grandma watches the show.
Sorry.
Just to play a little devil's advocate, Anna, who's your favorite?
Oh my gosh.
What did we just awaken?
The dark fae powers just kicked in.
Okay. My favorite.
I'm.
I think I might have a favorite,
This is the first. This is news, people.
but I cannot tell you who that is.
I'll give you a hint. It's neither of us.
It does change a little, you know.
His name is Seth Cooperman.
For the three of you, what are your thoughts on portraying Lauren and Dyson as, equals, as equal romantic rivals, and not just making it simply a choice for Beau between a man and a woman?
No one's jumping into that.
I think that's always been a really strong way that our writing and production team have put that together. That has never been about that. It's just about, and it's not even so much a man and a woman. It's more of a human and a fae. and it's just about the limitations that they
Yeah, that's
offer.
exactly right.
Thank you.
No, I meant that one. Well done, keep going.
I've run out. Can you take over, please?
I really like that there's like such an equal draw to both of them. You know, like they're both so appealing and intriguing and sexy, and I'm saying all these nice things about you guys. But they really are. They're equals. And that's a real pull for Beau, which I love. I love that, you know, human, not human, man, woman, whatever it is, it's a really equal divide and equally intriguing to Beau. And I've always really liked that about our triangle. It's
And I think
challenging.
just to sort of, I think the fact that it's never referenced, you know, the fact that it's, I think the only thing that has come up is the fact that I'm not Faye and what that can mean for our relationship and my finite life and all of that sort of thing. And it just doesn't come up, the fact that it's a male and female, which I think is kind of groundbreaking in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I think that's one of the cool things about the succubus. The succubus character is not, it's not gender defiant. You know, she needs sexual chi and love, and wherever she can find it, that's where it comes from.
She's falling in love with a frog next season.
Now, there's no denying the chemistry that all of you have on screen. Are you guys friends in real life? Do you guys hang out besides at Fan Expo every year?
I think that we're very lucky because we have a great cast and we have great chemistry. For real, I know, like it'd be really cool to tell really high drama stories, but the truth is, we all root for each other on set. We all really love and have really taken ownership of our own characters. We support each other. You know, sometimes we fight a little like a family would, but it's nothing bad. And
I
think
apologize.
we're pretty lucky.
Go ahead, Zoe.
No, we do. We're friends. I love you. I love you, love you, love you.
Love you lots.
Did you say love you? Get
Love you lots.
It has crossed over a little bit in a weird way though, because the other day I was doing a scene where I was in a towel and I was sort of going back to set to finish the scene, and I saw Rick and I was like, oh Rick, to go give him a hug, and I'm like, no I can't, you're my grandpa and I'm in a towel. So we hugged later.
It was a weird moment. It was like, oh yeah, no, you're right. Go.
No, it's been great. I mean, you kind of find yourself, it seems like each season you gravitate to someone else more. You know, it's kind of interesting. You know, we've taken trips together, some of us. We've, you know, go to others' functions. I tried to sleep over at Chris's once, he wouldn't let me. So I
It was just that he wanted to spoon. I guess. You know, I'm okay with playing Xbox and crashing on the couch.
I'm speechless now.
But yeah, we're very supportive of each other, and you know, acting with these guys is like the best gift ever. So,
Absolutely.
we are a
Yeah, we are the
family.
luckiest cast ever, aren't we?
Yeah.
We love
Okay, switch. Okay, and I do have to give credit to Jay Firestone, who's our executive producer,
Absolutely.
for putting together this cast. Because he really had an eye for this group. You know, he knew that this dynamic would work, and he was right. So, yay, Jay.
Yeah, Jay.
He literally does not stop working. He's the hardest working man in the world. He really is. The fact that he's not working. Are you working right now? You are. You're making deals somewhere.
Okay, enough about Jay, what about me? Anything? Anyone want to say anything?
He wanted to spoon with me too, which I also thought was weird.
Not even in my
And you
Wearing
have
the doll too. It was
peanut.
totally inappropriate.
Self-admitted.
Can't stop spooning with people. Why is that? What's going on? Are you alright?
Oh, this is an intervention.
Thank you guys so much for coming. We love you, Casey Collins.
Just in case you haven't noticed, Zoe, you're one very funny woman. Lauren has her moments. She's had a couple of funny moments here and there, but she's always so much more serious and responsible. Do you want to see a wild and crazy Lauren at some point?
Yes. I don't know. Do you want to see that? I think it's the lab coat episode. There's body paint and a lab coat and a monkey.
Doc's gone wild.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would be fun to have an episode where she, I think we do. I think there's a couple things coming up in this season, if I remember correctly. But, I don't know. It'd be weird to see her lose control completely. She's so controlled. But yes, ultimately yes.
Now, Chris, I know this is going to be a really tough question for you. What's it like to be the hunk on the show? And what do you think attracted the producers to you for Dyson?
I know.
Oh, God. I know it was a couple things. One, the fact that I picked Anna Silk up in the screen test and we broke the drywall in the audition room together when we were making out because we threw each other into the wall so much. The hunk on the show, I don't know, it's such a funny, it means not eating carbs, it means, having to look like Jay Firestone, and no, it's fun. I love it. It's great. It's actually given me the opportunity to get in great shape again. I used to be an athlete and then kind of let it slip away as it became an artist. Now this is like giving me the opportunity to get back in shape, and it's a lot of fun. But I mean, I don't want it to be something that goes over everything I do. I don't wear tight enough pants to be a hunk, in my opinion.
Now, Rick, now, Rick, your character is, he's powerful, he's wise, he's the go-to guy for whatever anyone needs, you're who they go to. You get to give all of the crazy explanations, you get to use the lingo. Do you like the fact that you bear the weight of that responsibility for the show?
Yeah, it's difficult having the responsibility of being a hunk. Oh wait, that's not my question. Actually, it's interesting because the Fae characters in the mythology, what I do in terms of preparation before the scene where I have to tell a monologue, like when in the outtakes, and it's like, the thing's gonna